It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to another live episode of the Mike Prince Show. Tonight is with a heavy heart as we say goodbye to the Black Mamba, a.k.a. Kobe Bryant. 41 years old. Gone way too soon. Prayers go out with the family. Not only did they lose father, they lost a daughter today. And it's never the right time. But oh, what a tragic time it is. We're going to reflect, of course, back on the life of Kobe. Also, going to hear from Coach Byron Smith, head basketball coach of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. We'll talk a little local high school basketball. And there was a Pro Bowl game today. But to be honest with you, that really took secondary as far as I was concerned when I got the news of Kobe Bryant. We're going to take some of your phone calls tonight. Simply dial 936-333-5256. 936-333-5256. We'll open that line up in a little bit. Want to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. None other than Brazos Valley Credit Union. Got a new location in Waller, Texas, 2038 Mills Road in Waller, Texas. I want to thank the Temple of Refuge Ministries, located in Prairie View, Texas. Prairie View Athletic Club, serving student athletes since 1986. Also, attorney Lee Van Richardson, located in Hempstead, Texas. And for those who are under the attack of diabetes, the cause and effects that it has on your skin, you could go to divafeet.com. That's D-I-V-A-H feet.com and get your supply today. You have a money back guarantee, which means you have absolutely nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. You could speak with a representative by dialing 903-270-0026. Well, as we have gotten the news by now, Kobe Bryant private helicopter crashes in Los Angeles, California earlier today. He and 8 other people, which includes the pilot, from reports were killed instantly. And that is never a good thing or a good time when you get a report. And not just because it's a celebrity, but anytime you hear tragic news like that, this is the case, it just happens to be a celebrity. And all that Kobe did for the game on and off the court. Yes, he has some challenges, just like we all have challenges, but he was able to overcome those challenges and rise from the ashes. And he's definitely leaving a legacy behind. The NBA, of course, was caught off guard, just like the rest of the world. Not just sports fan, even if you didn't know much about the NBA or was not a big fan of the NBA, you knew who Kobe Bryant was. You know who a Michael Jordan is. You know who a Magic Johnson is. You know who Larry Bird is. You know these names because they're synonymous with the game of basketball. And Kobe was definitely that. I could hear my son when he got the ticker, and he was a huge Kobe fan. And he was like, no, somebody's playing. And that's how you receive something like this, and then the impact hits you on the reality that is. And it's really, truly a sad time, and I'm not going to just say across the nation, but across the world. Kobe Bryant had 4 children. His wife, Vanessa, when you first heard about the number that were possibly on, you was like, my goodness, was it his entire family? But when you get the report, not that you're relieved, because you don't want to hear anything tragic happening in a case like that, but you're going to like, at least some of the family will be remained. And it's truly, truly a difficult time. The Grammys were going on tonight at the Staples Center, but entire nation, Laker Nation, come out chanting MVP. Man had 2 jerseys retired, 24 and 25. I'm saying 24 and number 8. We got a call on the line. Caller? Okay, we hold on. We got a caller. You're calling from California, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Could you give us your name? This Kenny Furlow, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Furlow, how you doing, man? Thank you for calling in. We're live right now.
Yes.
Just talking about the news of Kobe Bryant. You being out in Los Angeles. It's a shock. I'd say it not just across the nation, but across the world. What is the atmosphere like in Los Angeles right now?
Man, people are just in utter disbelief. They're just walking around as if just no clue as to what happened. It's just like watching people just walk outside and just all of a sudden they just lost who they were, their identity. I know that's pretty strong there, but their identity just lost. Like something just happened, man, and where it's just not real. It doesn't seem real. And like you said, it has impact throughout the world. So the Kobe and his family, the people that lost their lives, and it's all sad. It's such a tragic accident that took place. But the people here are just walking in a daze. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's just the daze.
A daze, it truly is. And when you hear someone legendary, I was just about to make mention, when you get your top 5 NBA greatest players, there's an argument, but there's no doubt that 1 and 2 are going to be Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. There's, yes. And then you could throw in whoever else you would like to throw in there. In my case, I would say Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and just for good measure, I would have to put Hakeem Olajuwon off of
Absolutely.
for my 5. And but it matters not whose 5 it is. Kobe is going to be in the midst. He's going to be.
Yes, he is.
And for those who don't know, I'm not the hugest NBA fan in the world because I think the game has become so self-centered. But Kobe was a constant grinder. He was the ultimate teammate. He challenged you on and off the court. And I may mention he overcame some personal challenges. It's like we all have to overcome personal challenges. But he, by far, sir, is one of the greatest to ever step on an NBA court.
Absolutely. I agree with that. That's well said.
And coming straight out of high school and being able to have the impact, and that's the kind of the disconnect for me is that you still consider him this young Kobe because he went right from high school to the NBA, and they had a press conference at his local high school today, and the people were just in utter shock and silence. It truly is something. Kenny, man, I want to really, really thank you for calling in and reporting on this. Do you have a favorite Kobe Bryant moment?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you have a favorite Kobe Bryant moment?
Oh my goodness. Well, let me tell you, that's interesting. You asked me that. I'm a huge Dallas Maverick fan, but I remember one night watching the Lakers, and the Mavericks were up by 30 points. And Kobe Bryant, I don't know how many points he scored, but he hit the game-winning shot, man, to clinch it. And they came from all the way behind, 30 points. And that, to me, was like, man, Kobe is truly special, man. You just have to appreciate the, his craft and his gamemanship and just his competitive nature. You just had to applaud it at that point.
Well, that's why they called him the Black Mamba, baby, because he was on
right.
strike. Well, look, man, we got to catch up for this Super Bowl. I got to get some redemption on you. I'm running out of time right now. I'm running up on a break, but I truly appreciate you calling in, man.
Sure.
And we'll get together real soon, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. That was Kenny Furlow out of Los Angeles, California, talking about the impact of Kobe Bryant that he had. 936-333-5256. We're taking your phone calls, but we got to take a break right now. When we come back, we're going to have Coach Byron Smith to talk about Prairie View Panthers basketball and his favorite Kobe moments. You listen to the Mike Prince Show live. Keep it where you got it. We will be right back.
Serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Are you one of the many Americans that deal with the effects of diabetes? Diva Skin Conditioner could be the remedy that you need. Diva Skin Conditioner is a formulation that was designed with you in mind. Diva Skin Conditioner comes with a money-back guarantee. That's how confident they are in their product. For more information, visit divafeet.com. That's D-I-V-A-H feet.com. Or you can speak with a representative by dialing 903-270-0026.
This broadcast is being made possible by the support of the Prairie View Athletic Club. The Prairie View Athletic Club is a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics. For more information on becoming a member of the Prairie View Athletic Club, send your email to pvathletic.club@gmail.com. That email address again is pvathletic.club@gmail.com. Prairie View Athletic Club, a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics.
Let's face it, from time to time, we'll have a need for an attorney, whether it's the case of a DUI, DWI, or any other circumstances that would find you on the other side of the law. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street, is the one to call. Attorney Lee Van Richardson and his staff are equipped to help you get through your legal battles. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, 979-826-8008 in Hempstead, Texas. It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. We want to thank the callers that have been calling in, 936-333-5256. We're now going to swing back toward the heel and hear from Coach Byron Smith. Coach, welcome to the show on tonight, sir.
Thank you, Mike, for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. I know it's a heavy time right now throughout the world of basketball, and it almost makes it like mute to talk about it. But as they say, we got to move forward. But before we do that, man, where were you when you got the news of what happened with Kobe on today?
Well, I was actually just gotten back home from practice, and I just came at home to make a pit stop to get some workout clothes, just to kind of follow my routine. I was on my way to work out, and I got a text message, and someone asking me, was that true or something, or did I hear that? And I said no, and then I kind of started seeing different stuff pop up on my phone and things like that, and then just started getting a bunch of different text messages, phone calls, and as you learn, you never really go with rumors. You wait until something's been confirmed by one of the major networks and things like that. And I think I turned it on CNN, which is pretty reliable, and it was confirmed that there was a helicopter crash in that area that they said that he was a part of. So probably about 75% of me believed that maybe that could be true. And then shortly after that, it was just it was confirmed by, ESPN and CNN, ABC, Fox. I mean, it just started kind of just moving quickly. It just started happening. So
now, when you hear of this passing of a young man, 41 years old, in the prime of life, and with his family, going to partake in what he loves, basketball, and you hear about this tragic, the impact that Kobe had not just on the nation but the world, it transcends anything. We know that Mike Jordan was the guy in our era, and there won't be another Mike. There won't be another Kobe. And I was just telling you can name your greatest top 5 NBA players. Those guys are going to be 1 or 2. I don't care who you are, and you can throw in the other 3 to take on whoever that you had. I don't know if you say you were coming back from practice. Do you see this possibly having a cause and effect on some of the younger players who grew up watching Kobe?
I would think so, Mike. I, watched, all of the greats, and but I always talk to my team and any young person that's aspiring to be a basketball player at any level. That what this guy embodied. That every person in any sport that's young that has dreams, that he's the person I would tell them to model. Mike, is kind of rare when you get an athlete with unbelievable God-given talent, but then they have the drive and the dedication. And as he put it, he always saw himself as like the 12th man. Like, he had the God-given talent, but the work ethic, it was second to none. If you look at a Michael Jordan, and, there's always those comparisons, Michael, LeBron. Sometimes Kobe gets lost in the sauce, and I don't know how that happens. But, Michael was able to do things that no one has ever been able to do. But Kobe, was a guy that had talent, but his work ethic, his drive, and I've talked to a lot of players that either played with him or played against him or around him, just to, the 5:30 wake up, going to the gym, after he had 40, 50 points the night before. He just had a willingness to be great. He was always chasing greatness. He was never satisfied. So for me, Mike, I'm 9 years older than what Kobe was, but he was someone I looked up to just in terms of the work ethic. Obviously, when I played, I didn't have the abilities that he had, but I definitely learned a lot in reading and studying just the work ethic and how to continue to improve and push the envelope. And I share a story almost every day with my players as we speak, just about, just working and being in the gym and putting the time in and sacrificing, and not so much of that social media and going out partying. You got to sacrifice. This guy sacrificed a lot, for the love of the game. So he's an icon. He's someone that was impactful. Allah, Muhammad Ali. He just was beloved all over the world. Just when you read the stories about him, just his drive, his commitment to the game.
Well, I can recall you in some practice sessions getting on some of your players, telling them, you are not Kobe.
Exactly.
He's truly one of a kind. And if anyone ever got a chance to watch this man perform his craft in person, you definitely were treated. My son taking it kind of hard, Coach. Kobe was his inspiration to even begin playing basketball. And he was in disbelief. And I told him, I said, son, as difficult as it is, it's part of our God. We all got to go through this plight. But in Kobe's case, it was definitely too soon.
Yeah, I agree. Far be it from me or anyone else to, tampering with, with God's plan. But, you just look at it that, relatively young, Scripture says we're promised 70 years. So he was well short of that. But I was just really inspired by, life after basketball. Mike, I have this idea that one day that I'm going to start a program that says, that is entitled When the Ball Stops Bouncing. And I think once the ball stopped bouncing for Kobe, you could see that he was heading in a direction that he was going to continue to chase greatness just in other endeavors. And that's something that was really neat and something that was very inspiring, that obviously won an Academy Award 1 year removed from being retired from the NBA. I think he wrote a book that was called Dear Basketball, and he won an Academy Award. So this guy was definitely blessed. God anointed this young man, and he was special just beyond the basketball court. So I was definitely excited and looking forward to some of the great things off the court, that he still was going to be able to inspire young people and be an impactful figure in our society. You know, Mike, I always say this, and I don't like to play the race card, but, you know, this is obviously a heavy African-American lean that we're dealing with, me being at Prairie View and you doing what you're doing. But, Mike, the black role model in America has to change for young black people. And the Kobe Bryant are the people, are the individuals that these young people, you know, obviously he's gone now, but just his story, his legacy lives on to try to emulate. I think the role model has to change and to be something that's a little bit more, you know, realistic. You know, some of the role models that they have now, I don't think that's leading them down the right path. But this was a guy that I would point to any young person and say, you know what, read his book, some of the memoirs, you know, study this guy. You know, as I did when I was a kid, my mother introduced me to the game of basketball by trying to emulate Dr. J. That was my role model. And I would tell any young person today that Kobe, if basketball is where you want to go with, and actually no matter what it is, it's just the work ethic, Mike, is across the board in anything that you do. He truly had a great work ethic, get a passion for what he did. He honored the game by how hard he played, how hard he worked. So definitely an inspiration, definitely going to be missed. But, you know, his legacy definitely will live on.
Absolutely. And what I appreciated, not necessarily everything that he did on the court, that goes without saying, but how he dealt with his personal adversities off the court. And he, if you allow me to say, he manned up, dealt with what he had to deal with, and he went on with the rest of his life. And that remains to be a life of quality, a life of dignity, and a life of decorum. And as you say, he's going to be greatly, greatly missed. We're talking live right now with Coach Byron Smith of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. And I would have felt uncomfortable if we had went straight into your victory over the Pine Bluff, Arkansas Golden Lions this weekend without at least reminiscing about Kobe Bryant. But you had another big win on the heel. Give us a recap of that, Coach, and then your next step will be on Monday night against Mississippi Valley.
Well, Mike, you know, obviously in conference, I mean, you know, every win is huge, and, you know, they don't get any easier. You know, obviously we've talked about it, you know, time and time again, that when you're the defending champ, you got a big X on your chest, and, you know, that beating Prairie View, you know, makes, you know, a season for a lot of teams that may not be having the type of season that they want to have. So we're going to always get everyone's best shot. You know, Pine Bluff is always a tough team because they always have unbelievable length. They can really protect the rim and defend. They play a really tough gimmick matchup 2-3 zone that gives you a lot of trouble and problems because of their length. So it's always kind of tough to kind of score on them. Got to kind of pick your spots a little bit. And last night was no different. They you know, held us down a little bit, but you know, we were able to you know, make some plays when we needed to. Obviously, you know, our guys stepped up and made shots when they needed to make shots at key moments. I thought we did a good job defending them as well. But you know, it's no surprise. No matter if we play them at home or if we play them at their place, it's always going to be a tough contest. And when we expect every game that we play, you know, every team that we play is just going to be like that. But George Ivory's he's a veteran coach. He's been around a long time. I think he's probably got the second longest, maybe the longest or second longest tenure in the league of any of the coaches. So he knows what he's doing. He's always putting a quality team out there, quality product on the floor. Last night was no different. They were very tough, and the record doesn't indicate the type of team that they are. And I think they're going to win some games here before too long, but I'm just glad they didn't get one last night.
I know that's right. 23 of 54 from the field, a strong 43% shooting percentage from the field, and not a bad night behind the arc. Somewhat struggled at the free throw line, though, Coach.
Yeah, you know, it's I tell these kids all the time, you know, the only thing in life is free. It's free throws and Jesus. Take advantage of both of them. You know, we talk about it all the time. Free throw, Mike, it becomes difficult for some kids because it's almost like putting in golf. You know, you're right there, you're 5 feet away, but sometimes it's hard to get that little ball in the hole on the golf course. And I think sometimes free throw shooting becomes more of a mental deal than anything else. But we're constantly working at it. You know, we have shown improvement, but sometimes we kind of regress a little bit. I just think it's more about getting up there, just taking your time and locking in. You know, Mike, I have an interesting analogy on it, you know, and if you don't mind me saying, Someone posed a question one day, why are white players better free throw shooters than black players? Well, I said that because, we as a people, we're rhythm people. We move, we move very well. We're good dancers. We're very athletic. We can run. We can jump. We can do a lot of things with movement. That's our natural habitat. But if you notice, when you're shooting free throws, there's no movement involved. And it's a rhythm deal. So some kind of way, we have to work, past that, to be able to really focus on our concentration. But I just think that we're just so used to moving that when we stop and we're not moving, I think that becomes a little bit more of an issue for us. So I don't know if it's, if we can do a little movement at the free throw line, maybe even a jump free throw, if you will, as long as you don't cross the line. And maybe that'll help us improve our free throw shooting, and it can be a little bit more consistent, because it's going to come a time where, like last year, we had to knock down free throws to finish off teams. It hadn't come to that point yet, but it's going to come a time where we're going to need to make foul shots. So it's definitely an area of concern that we've been a little bit inconsistent, but we're going to keep working at it, Mike. I'm hoping that it'll get better. We're going to keep pushing the envelope, working at it, and at some point in time, it could be a thing of the past that we won't shoot at least 75% from the line.
Well, maybe you can start experimenting, Coach, because there is no rule that says you have to stand still inside that cylinder. You can move all around as long as you don't cross the line, dribble between your legs, and shoot it. I don't know, Coach. Maybe you ought to try that, man.
Well, you know what? The reason why I say that, one of my good friends is one of the greatest American basketball players to play in Europe. He played 27 years in Europe, and he's coaching over there now, one of the top teams. And one of his coaches years ago, because he's a 6'9" post player, he was struggling from the foul line, just what we're talking about right now. And they employed that he started shooting his free throws. He would jump shoot his free throws, and it helped his percentage. Now, I'm not going to say he went from 40% to 80%, but it was definitely a marked improvement. By his own admission, it helped him because it was more of a jump shot as opposed to standing there working on your mechanics, your routine. All that stuff becomes free throw shooting is mental. It's reps, it's routine, and there's a lot of mental stuff involved in it. But I don't know. But maybe we'll look at doing that for some of these guys so we can become a better free throw shooter.
Well, boy, you never know what you're going to get when you go live. That's all I can say. Well, now another concern was turnovers. You had 20 turnovers. What do you attribute that to? Do you attribute that to lazy ball handling or just strong defense from Pine Bluff?
I think a combination of both. I think a couple of our guys, Leon Sneed, who's obviously you've seen him, he's extremely athletic, extremely fast. Probably one of the fastest players in college basketball from free throw line to free throw line. But you know what I'm saying, Mike? Sometimes speed kills. Basketball is a lot like life. You have to shift gears. Sometimes you can go really hard. Sometimes you got to go intermediate speed. Sometimes you got to slow it down. But when you have athleticism and quickness and speed, a la Leon Sneed, he plays in fifth gear all the time. So I think those are starting to cause him to turn the ball over sometime. Darius Williams, has small man syndrome. George Jefferson, Martin Lawrence. He likes to take the basketball and dribble between two guys because once he hits a shot or hits two shots, Mike, it's home with Darius Williams. And he's playing great for us right now. And I don't want to slow him down, but I do want him to make better decisions. So he had about 3 turnovers last night because he's trying to split defenders. And a couple of them, Mike, were just basketball plays. They weren't anything, out of the ordinary. It's guys driving to the basket, trying to dump the ball off, and our guys just not catching and finishing. So, and obviously their length causes you problems. They had a really solid defensive effort last night. I got to tip my hat to Pine Bluff. Like I said, George Ivory does a good job. Been around a long time. So I think it's a combination of different things that cause us to turn over, but definitely something that we got to get back to work on and cut those turnovers down. 20 turnovers is way too many.
Other scores from Saturday night's action around the SWAC. Alcorn State continues to stay hot, 59-58 over Alabama A&M. You had Jackson State defeating Grambling 71-53. And Southern University was over Alabama State by the score of 80-71. And Texas Southern was victorious over your next opponent, the Mississippi Valley Devils. They have a new coach, Coach Lindsey Hunter. They're struggling a little bit out the gate right now. The Valley coming in 1-17 overall, but that's always a dangerous team to be facing, and you don't want them to start getting hot on you. What are going to be some of your keys of attack on Monday night?
Well, getting out of the gate early, like you said it, it's always a trap game for everybody in their season, and that they're not, again, their record is not indicative of who they are as a team. Obviously, first-year coach, he's trying to, change some things and got the job, I won't say late, but, got the job sometime in April, and probably doesn't have, all of the players that he wants to bring in that fit his style of play and his system. Some holdovers, I'm sure, from Coach Payne, his tenure. In time as the Mississippi Valley head coach. But obviously we've got to get out of the gate. I mean, they're going to play with a lot of freedom because when you're 1-17, you can only go up. And they're not going to be tight. They're not going to be tense. They're going to be loose. And when we play against teams like that, it normally causes us problems because we don't want to play like that. We want to play with some structure. We want to run sets. We want to run our offense and milk the clock and get the best shot and make the defense have to work. So they're going to come down. They're going to jack. I think they're averaging 27 3-point shots per ball game. So they're playing with complete freedom. They won't look over their shoulder. They're not coming out of the game too much for shots that they take. So they definitely pose a problem. We're going to be on our game tomorrow night. I can tell you, we're not taking this team lightly by any stretch. Every year we play them, it's always a dogfight, no matter what the record is. And normally their record is not as good as our record. So we're definitely not taking them lightly. We got a game plan in. We're going to come out. We're going to take it to them. We're going to really try to defend hard and get the ball on the inside. I think they're a little bit of a smaller team. But we got to have our A game because, Mike, we've got a mission. We've got goals in mind, and we don't want to leave any meat on the bone. We want to clean it. And what I mean by that is we want to get 2 wins and finish out this homestand before we get on the road for a very tough road trip next week going to the Alabama schools.
Yes, sir. And looking at that, the schools right now are positioning themselves, the Alabama schools, they're in the bottom of the barrel right now. But like you say, anything can go, and you want to stay on the gas, full throttle, and take care of business right now. As we're getting ready to come toward the halfway point of the season, are there any teams that are surprising you right now, Coach?
You know what? I wouldn't say surprised. I think Southern got off to a slow start, 0-3. And obviously I think they won 4 in a row. But I think that's kind of been expected. Coach Woods is a good coach, got a great reputation. So I would say that, they're not surprising, but, I wasn't sure. Alcorn State, if there is a surprise team, is probably them because they got off to was a 1-1 start, but just didn't seem the way we played them. And when we played them, it just looked like there was a lot missing. Like they didn't have the type of talent that they've had in the past. But boy, was I wrong on that one because I think they've won 3, maybe 4 games in a row. So Coach Robinson does a great job. The coaching is it's got some outstanding coaches in this league, and everybody's pushing the envelope and trying to improve their program. So I probably would say Alcorn just by when we played them in opening night of the conference. I just didn't see them being a team that would be 5-2. I think they're 5-2. I didn't see them being with that record. So I would say Alcorn probably a bit of a surprise team.
Okay, well, you got 3 teams with 4-game winning streaks: Alcorn, Southern University, and then Texas Southern. And then you guys are with the 3 games in a row. And as I say, you got them right where you want them, Coach, and continue to keep grinding. Panthers will be in action on Monday night, taking on Mississippi Valley. 7:30 is the scheduled tip-off, but of course, they can't get on the floor until the women have completed their task at hand, taking on the Devilettes. Coach, I really and truly appreciate you jumping in with us, man, staying with us throughout this. I know it was a rough night dealing with the circumstances that we had, but I'm going to give you some closing thoughts and comments as we get ready to go to our next segment.
You're going to give okay, it's my time now?
It's your time now, Coach. It's all yours.
Hey, Mike, again, I always appreciate it. You're getting me ready, for a even bigger platform. I definitely take the platform I have now very serious, but I think God's got, even bigger things to do with my life outside of basketball. So you give me an opportunity to work at that, and that won't go unappreciated. It doesn't go unappreciated. Again, as you said, a tough night. I talk to my kids all the time, Mike, about playing each game like it's your last. because you never know. Even though Kobe Bryant, and I go back to his situation, he wasn't an active player anymore, but he's always going to be thought of as a player. Here this morning, gone tonight, and there's no coming back from that. So, a difficult situation. It allows you to get things in perspective, live right, try to have a positive impact on other people. If there's any situations that it could be with your teammates, could be with your family, coworkers, no matter what it is, make sure you work it out and you clear it up, because you never know the moment, the minute, the hour that's going to be your last. But my thing is to young athletes in all sports, again, go out and work extremely hard. It's a blessing to be able to have the ability to go out and play a sport, at any level. Take it seriously, honor it, work as hard as you possibly can, cherish the moment, because like I say, once again, it's here in 1 second, it's gone the next. So definitely a tough day for me, tough day for a lot of my players, with Kobe Bryant fans, tough day for the world. This guy was an icon. He inspired so many, and he I think he had a lot more work to do. He prayed for his family, his wife, and 3 surviving children, his mother and father, his sister. It's just really a tough time. And this is bigger than basketball. This is life. So, continue to pray. Let this type of stuff brings you closer together as a family. I know we'll rally tomorrow as a team, and we'll have a conversation. We'll talk. We'll honor Kobe Bryant in some way at tomorrow night during a moment of silence or something. He definitely has earned it. And just a sad day, Mike. But you know what? We can't tamper with God's work. This is his idea, his plan, and we just have to accept it, no matter how difficult it is, and move forward. And, then take advantage of the opportunities we have for the days that we do have left here on this earth.
All right, sir. Very well said. Coach Byron Smith of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers getting ready for Mississippi Valley on Monday night. We're going to take us a break, and when we come back, we'll have a little bit more left on the Mike Prince Show live here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You guys keep it where you got it, and we'll be right back.
Are you one of the many Americans that deal with the effects of diabetes? Diva Skin Conditioner could be the remedy that you need. Diva Skin Conditioner is a formulation that was designed with you in mind. Diva Skin Conditioner comes with a money-back guarantee. That's how confident they are in their product. For more information, visit divafeet.com. That's D-I-V-A-H, feet.com. Or you can speak with a representative by dialing 903-270-0026.
Hi, this is Tony Hall, and I am calling to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I love you so much, Mr. Dr. Michael Prince. You are amazing. If it wasn't for you giving me the opportunity, I wouldn't be in the position I am now. I am now an intern here in New York City, interning at the Weather Channel doing advertising sales. But if it wasn't for you giving me the first little taste of media and radio, I would not be where I am. And I thank you so much. Like, you gave me a little chance. And it's crazy because it all started with baseball. And you knew I knew nothing about baseball. I was a football person. And you just gave me an opportunity by just listening to you give calls and do calls, and I did calls alongside of you, and it was just amazing. It was truly a blessing. It was an honor to just be mentored by someone great like you. You're amazing. I wish you all the best. If it wasn't for Open Mic Broadcast, where would I be? Thank you so much. I love you guys. Peace.
Hey, Mike. Just wanted to take time to truly and greatly appreciate you. I think that the stuff that you do is very underrated and unappreciated sometimes. I do believe that your love for HBCU and Prairie View is very, very, very generous. And I just wanted to just take the time to appreciate that. In the words of Director of Alumni Affairs, Billy Davis, and I quote, he's mentioned before that it's our job as alumni to protect and uphold the university. And I'm one that's strictly facts driven. And I believe that, when we're able to get the facts and not so much opinionated messages, clear cut facts, holding people responsible and accountable for their actions, I believe that there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because we all love Prairie View and we want to protect our university and keep it at its highest standards and continue to improve it day in and day out. No exceptions to nobody. And I think that the things that you do is very appreciative from my perspective. I just want to encourage you to keep things going, keep things rolling. We support you, keep it going, keep putting out the facts out there. And, again, we'll continue to support you as other alumni do. Thank you. Have a great day.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Prince here, as we want to thank our guest from the last segment, Coach Byron Smith. They're getting ready for the Mississippi Valley Delta Devils tomorrow night. Women, of course, will start at 5:30. The men will follow at 7:30. Thank Coach Sandy Pugh. She joined us on Friday, and we'll get a chance to catch back up with her, but they keep the reports coming in. Of course, we come to you each and every day right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our website is obnradio.com. The 24-hour dial-in message line is 713-570-6736. And, of course, we have the YouTube channel. It's Open Mic Broadcast Network. Been talking about Kobe Bryant and the impact that he had on and off the court throughout the world of basketball. We had a call come in earlier from California, Los Angeles area. Feel like you want to kind of drop in a comment on Kobe, go ahead at 936-333-5256. That number again, 936-333-5256. And this next story is going to be somewhat of a challenge. I am going to play this sound clip that was on MSNBC. I'll let you listen to it, and we'll comment after the fact. But hear this and let me know what you think you heard or if I was hearing things. So I'll just play the clip.
Yeah, it seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay with us.
Did you hear that? That came from MSNBC. I know what I thought I heard. And the anchor person said, I didn't say that. I'll play it one more time. Let me let you think what you heard. Let me play it one more time.
Yeah, it seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay with us.
All right. I'm not going to repeat it. It's been said. It's already out there. It happens on live TV. Flip-flops happen. But how you get that, I'm trying to say Lakers, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not going to dwell on that, but it's always a word of warning. Be conscious of what you say and be more careful on how you say it. And don't deny it when we got you on tape. It just is what it is. Sad day in the world of basketball, in the world of human relations all across the land. Kobe Bryant, 41 years old. Some good news in local basketball. Waller Bulldogs take care of business against Rudder, boys and girls. They'll be in action on Tuesday. They'll be taking on College Station. In fact, the guys will be on the road at College Station. The young ladies will be at home. We'll give you that game live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We've been covering our student athletes since 2002. That's why we are considered the voice of student athletics. Hempstead split with Trinity. The girls won, guys lost. Right now, the girls are in the 5th spot of district play, and the guys are in the 4th spot of district play. They'll take on Alaska on Tuesday, and both of those games will be on the road. So we'll keep you posted on that. We have Hempstead basketball game coverage with Edwin Godfrey II providing that play-by-play coverage. Welcome him to the team. Say fresh out the gate. Say got his feet wet. Now it's about growing. So we'd like to welcome Brother Godfrey to the broadcast team. Reminding you that She Say Sports comes on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Miss Stamp's been having problems with her phone. She's an iPhone user. I happen to be an Android user, and I said, Androids rock. She chooses otherwise, but she's the one having phone issues. So she'll be getting back on course with that. We'll be hearing from B.J. Jones real soon, as we got February 5th creeping up on us real soon, the National Signing Day Round 2. And we got a young man by the name of Rob Butler. It's going to be our Southland correspondent, doing a bumper job with his reports and updates. We're going to have an interview with him coming up real soon, keeping you abreast of what's going on in the world of the Southland. And some of you say, why are we keeping up with the Southland? Because we got to figure out how to beat the Southland from the SWAC. We got to figure it out sooner or later. Baseball season right around the corner. February 14th will be here before you know it. Panthers baseball opening up down in the Big Easy. Open up against Alabama State. After Alabama State, they'll take on Alcorn. After Alcorn, it'll be Pine Bluff. After Pine Bluff, it'll be New Orleans. And then they'll come back to Texas for February the 19th to take on the Aggies at Bluebell Stadium at College Station. There's a lot going on in the world of athletics. What we're going to do is take us another quick break. And when we come back, we'll have some more thoughts and comments on the night that was. You listen to the Mike Prince Show live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
Hey, my name is Nikki Antwine, owner of Miracles and Blessings Salon and Spa out in Missouri City, Texas. And I just want to say I love listening to Mike Prince on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Be the one with courage to fight child abuse.
All Texans must find the courage to fight child abuse.
Learn the signs and symptoms and report suspected abuse to appropriate authorities.
Learn and know these warning signs.
A child who undergoes changes in behavior, appetite, or routine.
Watch for unexplained injuries, a change in academic performance, or loss of interest by a child in regular activities.
Trust your instincts. If you suspect something, do something.
If you believe a child is in an abusive situation, please call the Texas Abuse Hotline at 1-800-252-5400.
Be the one with courage. To find your local Children's Advocacy Center, visit onewithcourage.org.
On behalf of children, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One voice. It can get the point across, but it only carries so far. Add a voice. It's richer, louder, but that has limits too. Add a third voice. It's even more powerful. Add another, and another, and many, many more, and we are stronger than ever. That's the power of a community coalition. They help community groups, faith groups, civic organizations, PTAs, employers, and many others in your community organize their resources and focus them where they're needed most, like fighting to keep kids away from drugs. Ask a group that you belong to if they should belong to a community coalition. It's easy to get involved. Visit helpyourcommunity.org and they'll tell you exactly how your group can help. That's helpyourcommunity.org, because you get more when we get together. Brought to you by the Office of National Drug Control Policy and the Ad Council.
Broadcasters come into our lives on radio and TV, bringing us information and entertainment. Broadcasters are there for us, but who is there for them when they fall on hard times? The Broadcasters Foundation of America provides financial assistance to broadcasters in acute need due to a critical illness, accident, or other serious misfortune. If you know of a broadcaster on the air or behind the scenes who may need our help, please share our message. Visit broadcastersfoundation.org.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show Live Sunday night edition, coming to you on Sundays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanking you guys so much for joining in with us and being a part of the night's festivities. I want to thank our guest, Coach Byron Smith. A couple of phone calls we had in on tonight's episode. And in the midst of everything, man, I didn't even get a chance to keep up with the Pro Bowl. I can't even tell you who won. Not that it really matters. What's really going to matter is this upcoming Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday. Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. Can Garoppolo and company finish the quest? Or is it time for Andy Reid to lift up the Lombardi Trophy? We are going to see exactly how the rubber meets the road this coming Sunday. Should be a very intriguing Sunday, and I'm still going back and forth on who I should officially roll with. I have mixed emotions on this thing. I'm a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. None of that is a surprise to any that are listening, that has listened to this show before. And I love the fact what the 49ers have done. But then I thought about it. The 49ers win, they then become the team with the most Super Bowl wins. They'll pass the Steelers and the Patriots. Then a little bit of hater rose up in me. I don't want to see them do that. But they definitely got the squad to get it done. Then on the other side, I'm empathetic with Andy Reid. He got there with the Eagles, and Terrell Owens played outstanding on a broken leg, which is, I guess, part of the legacy that got him into the Hall of Fame. And Andy Reid was one of those guys, you just root for him. He looks like a regular Joe in any town, USA. He obviously understands football, but he's never won the big game. And you know that window is closing. He's not getting any younger. And so a part of you pulls for that. Terrell Suggs, who's been added to the team, adds some of that to the Kansas City defense here in the playoff stretch. And so you go, man, what do you do? How do you get it? Mahomes doing his thing. I think Mahomes is a little bit better than Garoppolo. Garoppolo is an excellent game manager. Mahomes can be a game manager, and he can put the team on his shoulder. And I think that Garoppolo might take offense that when he hears that, because he's just doing what he's been asked to do. He's got a good squad around him, just as Mahomes does. And I'm still torn on who I'm going to ride with. I've declared I got some deals. And another thing I got to weigh in the factor is that Kansas City does represent my home state of Missouri. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know anything anymore. But what I do know that the Super Bowl will be on Sunday, and it should be a very entertaining event. We'd love to hear who you think's going to win. Our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. Who's your favorite team? What do you think they need to add that they could perhaps be standing in Super Bowl 55 in the 2020, or should I say the 2021 year of the 2020 season? I know that we need Big Ben to be healthy, and I'm going to go on the record and say we need another running back. Love you, Connor. Great story, but you can't get it done. You're not getting it done. And McDonald, tight end. These guys are outstanding athletes, but they are really subject to injuries. And you can't rely on a guy who's always on the IR list. So it's a business of survival. It's a business of attrition. So I think the Steelers need to look in those directions, tight end, running back. I always said that I would have loved to seen Adrian Peterson in a Steelers uniform on these last couple of years that he has left because of how he runs behind that line and the fact that he could be a great on-the-field coach for that young running staff that the Steelers have. The time will tell. And I can always have wishful thinking, right? That's what it's all about. So, AD, which stands for all day, someone was saying, no, it's not AD, it's AP. No, it's AD. Stands for all day. Would love to see you in that black and gold, my friend. Love to see you in that. I am going to try to make my way out of here and get ready to shut down for tonight's show. Once again, can't believe it, but it's an actuality. Brother Kobe Bryant is no longer with us. But it doesn't mean he's going to be forgotten. We want to thank our sponsors on tonight, Attorney Lee Van Richardson of Hempstead, Texas, Diva Skin Conditioner at divafeet.com. That's DIVAH feet.com. Prairie View Athletic Club, located in Prairie View, Texas. Also want to thank the Temple of Refuge Ministries, located in Prairie View, Texas. Brazos Valley Credit Union, several locations to serve you: Katy, Rosenberg, Brenham, Bryan, College Station, and the newest location in Waller, Texas, 2038 Mills Road in Waller, Texas. Our social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel, Open Mic Broadcast Network. Join us tomorrow morning, Monday, as we'll hear from Summer Smith is over, or should I say the president of the Waller County Sports Association. We'll hear from her, talk about baseball season coming up. Baseball season's all around. I've got the exit stage left for right now. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.